Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel.
In this video, we will share with you the following topics. 1. Things to know before you go to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 2. The top attractions to visit in Kuala Lumpur. 3. Do's and don'ts in Malaysia to make you a better traveler. 4. Is Bangkok better than Kuala Lumpur? 5. The top 10 foods you have to eat in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 6. How many wives can you have in Malaysia? 7. What should I avoid in Malaysia? 8. Can you eat pork in Malaysia? 9. Are US dollars accepted in Malaysia? 10. How is COVID-19 affecting Kuala Lumpur?
Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia. Its modern skyline is dominated by the 451 meters tall Petronas Twin Towers, a pair of glass and steel-clad skyscrapers with Islamic motifs. The towers also offer a public skybridge and observation deck. The city is also home to British colonial-era landmarks, such as the Kuala Lumpur railway station and the Sultan Abdul Samad building. Kuala Lumpur is divided into numerous districts. Its main hub is called the Golden Triangle, which comprises Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur city centre, and Chinatown. Kuala Lumpur is widely recognized for numerous landmarks, including Petronas Twin Towers, the world's tallest twin skyscrapers, Petaling Street Flea Market, and Batu Caves, which is over 400 million years old.
Things to do in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 1. No trip to Kuala Lumpur would be complete without a visit to the world's tallest twin towers. The skyscrapers are utterly stunning, particularly when illuminated at night. The Twin Towers visit operations is open Tuesday through Sunday, and tickets are released at 8:30 a.m. on a first-come, first-served basis. To avoid disappointment, you can purchase your ticket in advance via online ticketing, or at the ticketing counter, concourse level. 2. Pavilion Kuala Lumpur is an award-winning shopping mall located in the heart of Bukit Bintang, Malaysia's shopping paradise. Pavilion Kuala Lumpur brings the best of retail, with an area of over 1.7 million square feet, 700 stores, and 8 themed precincts. The Pavilion Crystal Fountain, a symbol of Malaysia's diverse culture, welcomes visitors to this tourist-friendly destination, surrounded by upmarket hotels, and a 10-minute walk from Kuala Lumpur city centre. Enjoy tourist-centric services such as money changers, ATM machines, currency exchange kiosks, as well as specially curated tours for large groups. 3. Kuala Lumpur, in addition to Malay and Indian nationals, has a large Chinese population, and as such Chinatown has developed. Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur is centered on Petaling Street, known for its fashion shops, and a large covered market with produce, clothes, and accessories. Local artists sell paintings and crafts at nearby Central Market, where stores also dish up noodles and curry. Places of worship in the area include the Taoist Guan Di Temple and the 19th century Sri Mahamariamman Temple, with a facade of carved Hindu deities. 4. Kuala Lumpur food tour through Chow Kit. Explore the atmospheric district of Chow Kit on a 4-hour foodie tour through one of Kuala Lumpur's most exciting culinary destinations. Learn how to order and eat like a local as you follow your local guide through a vibrant wet market, and hear the secrets behind your favorite Malay dishes. Pause for a series of tastings at 3 stops and sample at least 10 of Kuala Lumpur's specialties. Experience something new as you immerse yourself in the distinctive tastes of Kuala Lumpur. 5. Malaysia countryside and Batu Caves tour from Kuala Lumpur. The caves and temples are Hindu shrines, and are still considered an important place of pilgrimage for the many Tamil residents of Malaysia. The Batu Caves is a popular attraction near Kuala Lumpur. Choose between a morning or afternoon departure for your trip to the shrine, where a huge statue of the Hindu deity Lord Murugan sits at the top of a hill, with limestone cave temples. Also stop at a pewter factory, rubber tree plantation, and batik factory to peruse local handicrafts.
6. Jalan Alor is one of the most famous roads in Kuala Lumpur for food. Located just behind Jalan Bukit Bintang, and a short walk away from Shangkat Bukit Bintang, it is a favorite after-clubbing dining spot in the Golden Triangle area. Kuala Lumpur being an immigrant city, the variety of food available is amazing, and in Jalan Alor the barbecued meats, noodles, and desserts are some of the best, and cheapest, in the city. Most of these dishes cannot be found in fashion-conscious restaurants, and even if they are rarely as tasty, so hawker stalls are a favorite on the city's foodie scene. 7. Enjoy the culture at the National Museum, located near the famous Lake Gardens. The National Museum is an architectural wonder in itself, as it is fashioned in the shape of a traditional house, and includes decorations that are a mixture of contemporary and more traditional designs. Visit the National Museum to learn all about the history and culture of Malaysia, and take in the replicas of Malay houses, wedding scenes, and hunting displays. There are also local instruments and national costumes on show. As well as the permanent exhibitions at the museum, there are also temporary exhibits that change throughout the year, and are located in the Central Hall. 8. Do some shopping at Central Market. The Central Market in Kuala Lumpur, also known as Pasar Seni, is a firm location on the tourist map, and was developed from a former wet market selling fruit, vegetables, and meat. Nowadays the area has been updated, and includes different sections to reflect the various influences and ethnic backgrounds present in Malaysia, such as Malay, Indian, and Chinese areas, selling local products like souvenirs, arts, and crafts. On the upper floor, there is also a food court selling local delicacies, and the area in front of the market is known for street performers and musical shows.
9. Hutong Street Food. It is housed inside Lot 10 Mall, is said to be one of the best in the business. The food court is made up of local street vendors, who were selected and asked to sell their dishes at Hutong, and as such the food is authentic and delicious, and more importantly is all housed under one roof, so you don't have to go pounding the pavements in search of a feast. The food court is a great place for newcomers to Malaysian cuisine to visit, as it features all of the most famous and Moorish local dishes such as oyster omelets, fried noodles, and noodle soups, dumplings, meatballs, and roasted meats. 10. Shop till you drop at Seraya Kuala Lumpur City Centre. A site is a 6-story shopping centre that includes shops, rides, a cinema, a supermarket, and a variety of dining options including food courts. On the top floor of the mall, visitors can eat at Rosa Food Court, which features freshly prepared food from all over Malaysia, and a table near the windows offers spectacular views over the city. In the basement, visitors can also browse the rows of souvenirs, arts, and crafts vendors selling their wares from carts. 11. A night out at the Golden Triangle. The Golden Triangle is a famous section of Kuala Lumpur that features a range of nightlife, bar, clubs, restaurants, and hotel options. The area spans several streets, but the central hub is primarily located in and around Jalan P. Ramlee, where visitors can choose from a wide variety of venues to drink and party until dawn. The area also includes a large shopping center for those looking for some retail therapy, or simply to buy some trinkets before heading out for a night on the town.
Is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia safe? Kuala Lumpur, for the most part, is a very welcoming city and a safe place for travelers. While petty theft and scams on tourists are few and far between in the city, it's important to keep yourself, your money, and your possessions safe during your travels. Is Kuala Lumpur safe for females? Kuala Lumpur is a generally safe place for women traveling alone. However, do practice common sense like you would do at home, and understand that Malaysia is a country with majority of Muslims. Can I wear shorts in Kuala Lumpur? While it is preferable to wear pants in Kuala Lumpur, it is fine to wear skirts and shorts. Just don't wear short shorts or mini skirts. Mid-thigh shorts and skirts are generally sufficient.
Do's and don'ts in Malaysia to make you a better traveler. 1. Don't confuse the terms Malay and Malaysian. Everyone who is from Malaysia is a Malaysian. But not every Malaysian is a Malay. Malays are the largest ethnic group in the country. They are Muslim and speak Bahasa Melayu as their first language. The Chinese and Indians, who came to Malaysia in the late 1700s, are Malaysians. They refer to themselves as Chinese Malaysian or Indian Malaysian. They are not Muslim, Bahasa isn't their first language, and therefore they are not Malay. 2. It's not a country for partygoers. As a Muslim nation, booze is taxed heavily here. You'll spend more money on drinks than on your accommodations or food. If you are looking for that kind of holiday, try anywhere else in Southeast Asia, but not Malaysia. The one exception is Langkawi Island. If you want to party and drink alcohol, go there. It is a duty-free island, everything is cheap. 3. Don't shake hands with a Malay woman. Man-to-man handshakes are common. However, if you are meeting a Muslim woman, do not reach out to shake her hand. Physical contact between members of the opposite sex is not encouraged. 4. Don't do French kiss in public. A quick peck or hand-holding is okay, but more than that will make the locals uncomfortable or feel disrespected. 5. Don't take taxis, Grab ride is cheaper. Malaysia doesn't use Uber, instead, they have Grab. It works the same, but you can pay cash if you want. Taxis don't use meters, and are too expensive, so avoid them at all costs. Other than buses, Grab is the cheapest and easiest way to get around.
6. Don't point with your forefinger. Using your forefinger to point is considered rude. But use your thumb instead. Make a loose fist, and place your thumb over the bent knuckle of your pointer finger, and point away. 7. Don't tip, tipping is not part of the culture. You won't get great service at any hawker stall, but you're not paying for it either at $1 a plate. You'll get better service at a fancy restaurant, but even still, no tipping is necessary. 8. Don't raise your voice. Malaysians are not confrontational. No matter how frustrated you are, never get elevated. It won't go over well, and you'll look like an ugly tourist. Take a deep breath, and revisit the situation. Shouting resolves nothing here. 9. Don't do drugs. No, just no. They don't take kindly to it, and have no problem punishing you for it. So, no. Don't do it. If you smoke weed, even if it's legal in your country. Malaysian cannabis laws are among the toughest in the world. Prison sentences and fines are common if you're found in possession of cannabis, and until recently, the death sentence was in place for cannabis traffickers. However, in 2018, the Malaysian government discussed the possibility of legalizing it, for medical purposes in the future.
10. Don't expect pork bacon. That bacon you're eating, it's not pork. Since the majority of the population is Muslim, they don't eat pork. Many restaurants in Malaysia are halal, which means there is no pork. It also means the meat that is served has been slaughtered in a specific way, and then blessed. It is very similar to kosher meat. Unless you are in a Chinese restaurant, that bacon you are eating is beef or turkey. 11. Do learn Malaysian dining etiquette. Most Indians will eat without utensils by using their right hand. Only their right hand. A Chinese Malaysian restaurant will give you chopsticks and a spoon. If you are unsure what to do, watch the locals. Do what they do. It's not easy to eat rice and curry with your fingers, but it's fun to try. 12. Do eat the local food. Eat at the food stalls and the hawker centers. It's the best food you'll eat while you are here. That's where you'll find the freshest and most authentic food outside of a friend's kitchen. And it's only a few dollars per plate.
13. Do carry Kleenex. This is a big thing to be aware of in Malaysia. You'll need it, and you won't be given it here unless you buy it. You won't get it at the food stalls. And more often than not, you won't find it in the bathrooms. So be prepared. 14. Do negotiate. If you are staying somewhere longer than a week, negotiate. If you're at a shop without prices, negotiate. If you are at a market, not a veggie market, but a thochoch market, negotiate. The only rule of thumb there is do not negotiate if something is less than $1. That just makes you look like an idiot.
15. Do try durian. It's like going to Italy and not trying the pizza. You need to at least sample the forbidden fruit durian. It all depends on the kind you choose. If you go to a durian stall and tell them what kind of flavors you like is sweet, bitter, sour, they will guide you to try a durian that is best suited to your palate. However, you can't bring it back to your hotel. It is one of the things banned in Malaysian hotels, because the smell can be off-putting for some foreigners. 16. Do let your bank know you are traveling to Malaysia. This is good advice anytime you travel to any country. If you think ahead and let them know, you won't have to do it from here. Because when you use a credit card here, your bank will stop the payment from going through. 17. Do use right hand to receive or give something. The right hand should also be used for eating. It is considered discourteous in Malay custom to use your left hand when you hand over or receive things. 18. Do not pound your fist into the palm of the other hand, which is considered an obscene gesture to some people. 19. Don't drink the tap water. Besides vaccinations and malaria pills, there is one more major thing you can do that will help to minimize your risk of getting sick. Don't drink the tap water. Tap water in Malaysia is not safe to drink unless it has been filtered. 20. Unlike Western countries, when receiving gifts it's considered impolite to open them. They are only opened after the guests have left.
Is it safe to walk at night in Kuala Lumpur? Kuala Lumpur is a relatively safe city at night, however, streets and areas with a high number of bars and clubs tend to see higher levels of crime at night. It's best to avoid walking alone in badly lit areas of Kuala Lumpur at night. If you can avoid walking at night completely, even better. Is Malaysia dangerous to visit? Malaysia is safe to visit, however, there are some areas and locations in Malaysia where it's better to take extra care. There is a bit of a problem with the Malaysian Borneo state of Sabah. Is Thailand cheaper than Malaysia? Contrary to what you might expect, Thailand is generally more expensive for visitors than Malaysia. Perhaps the biggest reason for this is because Thailand's economy is strongly dependent on tourism, while Malaysia's overall economy is more diverse.
What should I avoid in Malaysia? 12 things you should never, ever do in Malaysia. Carry drugs into the country. Negotiate the roads if you're new to driving. Leave the house without an umbrella. Let down your guard while shopping. Walk home alone at night. Insult the local cuisine. Stir up racial tension. Ride an unmetered taxi. Enter the house with your shoes on. Underestimate travel time on the road. Be too vocal about local politics. Bring durian to hotels. Is it worth visiting Kuala Lumpur? The capital city of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur is a must-visit destination. It is an eclectic and gorgeous hub of culture and class, a true gem of Southeast Asia. Kuala Lumpur is also one of Malaysia's major business centers, bringing people together, so here's why it's worth a trip. Do's and don'ts when traveling. Do photocopy your passport. Don't pay for lodging by wire transfer or cash. Do use your room safe. Don't let your phone roam. Do try new foods. Don't talk politics. Do check out the culture. Don't spend too much time in your room. Do pack for layers. Weather can change quickly. Don't do drugs.
Is Malaysia better than Thailand? If you want a comfortable and laid-back family holiday, Malaysia is a better choice. But if you are looking for a fun-filled roller coaster ride and want to experience something unique, then Thailand is the clear winner. How many wives can you have in Malaysia? 4 wives. Under Malaysian law, it is legal for Muslim men to marry as many as 4 wives, although they must obtain permission from an Islamic or Sharia court to marry more than one. Is it better to exchange money in Malaysia? It is best not buy any Malaysian currency until you arrive in Malaysia. The rates offered in Malaysia are always better than you could get back home. Forex booths accept all major currencies. Do remember to bring only banknotes in good overall condition.
What is Malaysia culture? Malaysia is a multicultural society. The main ethnic groups are the native Malay, as well as large populations of Chinese and Indians. When visiting the country, it is clear that the ethnicities retain their religions, customs, and way of life. The most important festivals of each group are public holidays. Where is money printed in Malaysia? The Malaysian ringgit is printed by the Note Printing Australia, NPA, in Australia. A recent controversy has embarrassed NPA that its former managers have been charged with bribing officials in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam in order to win currency printing contracts. How many hours is Malaysia to USA? 16.73 hours. The air travel, bird fly, shortest distance between Malaysia and United States is 15,081 kilometers, equals 9,371 miles. If you travel with an airplane, which has average speed of 560 miles, from Malaysia to United States, it takes 16.73 hours to arrive. Do you get pork in Malaysia? Beef can be commonly found cooked in curries, stews, roasted, or eaten with noodles. Malays generally eat beef that is halal. Malaysian Malays, who form about half of Malaysia's population, are Muslim, and therefore do not consume pork since Islam forbids it. Why did Malaysia eject Singapore? On the 9th of August 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia to become an independent and sovereign state. The separation was the result of deep political and economic differences between the ruling parties of Singapore and Malaysia, which created communal tensions that resulted in racial riots in July and September 1964.
Are US dollars accepted in Malaysia? No, US dollars are not accepted as payment in Malaysia. However, you can easily change them in banks or exchange offices. How is COVID-19 affecting Kuala Lumpur? The first Malaysian was confirmed with COVID-19 on the 4th of February 2020. The 41-year-old man had recently returned from Singapore, when he started to develop fever and cough. Anyone can be affected emotionally during an outbreak like COVID-19. Everyone reacts differently to critical scenarios. Fear, worry, and anxiety regarding COVID-19 can cause strong emotions such as stress and depression in a person. This COVID-19 pandemic outbreak continues to have a strong impact on the economy, trade, and tourism industries. It has also affected sports activities such as the 2020 SUKMA Games, Squash's Asian Team Championship, and the 2020 Summer Olympics was postponed until 2021.
The report found 1 in 3 adults in low-income families were unemployed, and 68% had no savings. Many had also cut spending on more nutritious food as they struggled to pay rent and bills. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia has extended its pandemic movement restrictions, including a ban on foreign tourists, until the end of the year. Malaysian cuisine consists of cooking traditions and practices found in Malaysia, and reflects the multi-ethnic makeup of its population. The vast majority of Malaysia's population can roughly be divided among three major ethnic groups: Malays, Chinese, and Indians. 1. Sample some local flavor with nasi kandar. Nasi kandar, meaning mixed rice, is a cornerstone of Malaysian cuisine, and customers are given a plate of plain rice and can choose a variety of toppings and sauces to accompany it. Nasi kandar is based on Tamil dishes due to the high number of South Indian immigrants, and the sauces and gravies are heavy on curry powder and chili. Common nasi kandar dishes include curried meat or seafood, as well as a vegetable component such as okra or Asian cabbage. Its Indian-influenced branch of Malaysia food, originally perfected in Penang, is known as nasi kandar. Nasi is rice, and a kandar is a stick or pole used as a support to carry things with. Formerly, in the Malaysian villages, the rice and curry was sold from mobile vendors, who carried large pots of food using a kandar. Nowadays, nasi kandar basically refers to rice and Indian-style curry. You get a plate of rice, and dish yourself things like mutton curry, fried chicken, and some rotis on the side. 2. What is the national food of Malaysia? Nasi lemak. Although versions of nasi lemak can be found across Southeast Asia, Malaysia claims this beloved street food classic as its own. It's clear why nasi lemak is Malaysia's unofficial national dish. Ask any Malaysian why they love nasi lemak, rich rice, and you'll instantly get a variety of responses. There are a few different varieties of nasi lemak, and many variations, but the basis of the dish is rice cooked in coconut milk, topped with spicy sambal chili sauce. 3. Ikan bakar. Ikan means fish, and bakar means grilled in Bahasa Malaysia, so ikan bakar is grilled fish, but it's amazing marinated grilled fish. Ikan bakar is spiced up in a blend of chili paste, then grilled over charcoal on top of a banana leaf over the fire. The moist fish is then eaten with a plate of hot rice, sometimes some side vegetable dishes and curries, and dipped into kicap mayonnaise for extra flavor. 4. Bak kut teh. Translating directly to meat bone tea, this Southeast Asian Chinese dish includes lots of pork, slow cooked until extremely tender in a broth, filled with herbs and soothing spices. Bak kut teh is especially popular as a breakfast dish in Malaysia. 5. Curry laksa and Assam laksa. A great bowl of laksa will leave you stunned upon first bite. There are two different kinds of laksa in Malaysia food, curry laksa and Assam laksa. Assam laksa is noodles in murky brown fish soup, while curry laksa is noodles swimming in a thick and extremely flavorful coconut milk curry. There are many variations depending on what part of Malaysia you're in, but for the most part you get a bowl of noodles topped with spice-filled soup, seafood and/or chicken, and garnished with lots of herbs and Vietnamese coriander. 6. Banana leaf. In banana leaf rice, white rice is served on a banana leaf with an assortment of vegetables, curried meat or fish, pickles, and the super addictive papadum. Most of the time, however, only the gravy of the curry will be served, and no meat is served as it is meant to be a traditional Indian vegetarian dish. But you can ask for mutton redang and dry chicken curry. 7. Nasi dagang. Nasi dagang is another fantastically tasty dish, consisting of rice steamed in coconut milk, fish curry, and extra ingredients such as fried shaved coconut, solok lada, hard-boiled eggs, and vegetable pickles. 8. Hokkien mee. Fried Hokkien mee, Chinese-style fried yellow noodles, has a cult following in Kuala Lumpur. It is a dish of thick yellow noodles braised in thick dark soy sauce with pork, squid, fish cake, and cabbage as the main ingredients, and cubes of crispy fried pork lard as garnishing. If you have not eaten Hokkien mee, your visit to Malaysia is not completed. 9. Tanjung Tualang Fresh River Prawns. Kuala Lumpur city folk don't mind the 2-hour drive to Tanjung Tualang in Perak, just to satisfy their yearning for delicious freshwater prawns. They don't come fresher than this, swimming in tanks, and the cooks actually drop them into ice water for 5 minutes to stun them, before they prepare them for cooking. This retains the springy texture and flavor in the meat. Butter River Prawns. 10. Sangha Noodles. This is fresh river prawns cooked Cantonese style in a thick eggy broth, and finished off with either flat or egg noodles. The orange roe in the head of the prawn just seeps and infuses into the eggy liquid sauce of the noodles, and makes the taste phenomenal. The amazing way that the tautness of the prawn flesh blends into the springiness of the flat noodles is like these two components were just made for each other.